Swimming around all day.
Here he is.
It's black calm, and they've definitely been on the bottom, even in like 9 foot of water.
Yeah, I know.
And they're on the bottom, loose feeding.
I fished at 11 metres, and I wish I'd put another rig up at 14 metres. Gone further out.
Perhaps the last half hour I should have gone 16, but I fished 15 metres. And they've been just been hard on the bottom. But there's an odd un mooching around all day, and it's just drifted like them. They've drifted in every now and again. And I've had one of them shallow, but you can't mug them, so you can't chase them. I reckon I could have caught one or two and you were allowed to mug them.
Yeah, that last hour and a half's cost me, mate.
Where, how far out? 11 metres?
11 metres, yeah.
What have you just kinder potted?
Kinder potted, and then I've pinged corn over the top.
I've just loose fed them 4mm expanders. That's what they said they were catching on here, so I don't know.
Oh, that apple looks nice.
Yes.
Doesn't it? Should we share it?
You can have a bite of my apple if you'd like. You know.
Have you found your screw yet?
No. Do
you know where it'll be? It'll be underneath your box.
Yeah, but I can see under my box and it's gone.
That's nice.
It's mental, isn't it? I was looking forward to that. Tell you what, I've just been these most of mine. I've had 2 or 3 better ones.
I've hardly missed any. That's Johnny's peg.
Floating pellets there.
Nice big carp there in his peg. Best
About
peg on the lake.
in, all your floating pellets have come past mine. It's been like this, seriously. Look, see all them. A load came in, and there's a load of carp suddenly came.
I've just fished corn, mate.
You just know they're. I must have had a nod in this way, but I've been squeezing them before feeding them. I don't want.
What do you say about Rob Wotton?
Such a nice person.
Apart from him being ginger.
Apart from being ginger.
What's winning it?
I'm not sure. Most I've weighed in is 77. I think Andy's had about 70 of the push. Yeah, come on, I'll be alright. $25.8.
Oh, I've had some big fish come down edge.
Yeah, they just don't show, they're here. $29.7.
No, I had that same colour. What do you have, Nick? 70?
74.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
£6
lucky.
Oh, you've had a big fish there.
Yeah, that's late.
on the 9, 38.
$67.7.
I said 65, didn't you?
You did.
What have you had? 70?
74.
$47.1.
You reckon?
Is it 103 winners? Yeah. Is it? Nobody else had any more?
No,
Hey?
Oh, they're big fish, Kerry, aren't they?
$41.7.
Oh, he's just done it. He's just done it. He's just done it.
Close.
105.
How close that?
Best 103.
Fucking close, that.
103. 25.7.
Well done.
$13.15.
Well done, Kerry.
Well done, Kerry.
Well done, mate.
$113.
13.
Cheers, pal.
Thank
Thank you.
Well done, mate. Hopefully you
Didn't
will.
think they're that big.
Well
Oh,
done.
he did.
Well done.
Yeah, those stringers 6 pounders, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's qualified.
Not yet. Not definitely. Not
That's
finished
won
weighing
it.
in yet.
That's won it.
No, it's not. 11 metres, isn't it?
And they ain't even been tight, have they? They've just been in that deep bit.
It's been right in the opening where they're just coming and going out of there.
Yeah.
Coming and going all the time. Full of liners, but you can't get them to take them.
Wow.
Off the deck.
So my first go at trying to qualify for Fishermania, I was at Solhampton Fisheries, and I went down the night before with Ashley Clements, and we stopped in a travel lodge, went out and had a rather nice curry and a few beers, so it was good to catch up with Ash. And I've never fished the Fishery before, but I've heard some really good reports about it. Small lakes, but full of fish. So I was looking forward to it, to be honest with you. All prepped up, all ready. And on the morning, I drew Dragonfly Peg 3, which I didn't hear really good reports about where I was in particular. The lake I was on was meant to be a good lake, as they all are, apparently. All I did know was John Arthur drew the point, which was a noted flyer, and so did Kerry Kirkwood in the corner where there's a little inlet over a bridge. And where I drew, it's kind of like a bit like a pyramid shaped lake, and I was in the narrow end where if I'd have fished any longer than 11 metres, would have been very close to each other from the anglers on the other bank, and that's why I didn't want to go long, you know, for the reason of maybe pushing some fish out of my peg. And then towards my right, where the lake widened off, where Johnny Arthur was, there just seemed to be a few more fish there. So my plan was to fish a short pole with a corn, and you know, obviously just venture out as the match progressed. So I fished at an angle to my right where there's a bit of a tree and going towards the open water as well, at 6 metres, where I had 5.5, 6 foot, just going down the near side shelf, and then I also set a rig up for 11 metres, which was, it was about 9 foot deep at 11 metres, and it was still going deeper as well, and I felt I didn't really need to set a rig up any deeper than 9 foot, you know, which was a big mistake, because what happened was I caught a few fish short and then they backed off, but I thought, you know, that short line will come alive again maybe in the last hour, and then I've gone to my 11 metre line, and I've only fished reasonably light on both lines. On my 9 foot rig I've fished 4x14, 014 Shimano Silkshot Aspire to 011, and the same on my short line, but I fished a 4x12 rig on my short line where it's, you know, 5 foot deep, and I've caught really well on my 11 metre line, but then with about an hour and a half to go, all I've been doing was kindercupping corn, and when it went quiet I was catapulting like 2 or 3 grains of corn on a regular basis just to create some activity, a bit of noise, and that worked really well. But with an hour and a half to go, my lines just completely died, and I kept dropping back on my short line hoping it was going to come alive, which it didn't, and I was just so confident that my short line was going to work again, and that really let me down. In hindsight, if I'd have set another rig up, you know, a deeper, maybe at 13 or 14 metres, angling to my right as much as possible to get into the open water, I'm convinced that I carried on catching, and I'd have definitely framed. I don't think I'd have won the match, but yeah, it was my own fault. It was a bit of a bad mistake, that. So I ended up with £74 11 ounce, and I finished 6th in the match overall, second on the lake. Kerry Kirkwood won our lake from noted peg 8, and he also won the match with £114, so he did brilliant. Well done, Kerry, for qualifying. So he's in the final. Johnny Arthur was the same as me, really. He caught a few fish and then struggled. He ended up catching at 14 metres, and he's in a bit of a point, so he can get towards the middle of the lake. But I'd say he had as many fish as me, but he had small fish. I had a bigger stamp of fish. And he ended up with £68 for third on the lake. So yeah, you know, good match. I enjoyed it. Nice for a change. Go somewhere different, but must try harder.